Alright guys, I'm going to model a helicopter. Since I'm going to it, I'm going to go ahead and model a Chinook. Probably more advanced than you want, but them's the breaks, bub. So I'm going to insert a canvas here and do a little modeling. I'm going to go from my computer. I'm going to bring in the side view of the Chinook. I'm going to place it back here. I'm going to size it up the way I want it now. Let's go over here. I want to drag it out to 2.5 inches, a little bigger, can overhang. So that'll fit on top of my box. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK and then zoom in. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to first trace this body out roughly, and then I will go about extruding it out and doing some figuring. Alright guys, so now I have just drawn a little bit here. I'll turn off the canvas so you can see. So I just traced the outer body, getting ready for extrusion. So in order to really take a look at that, I want to get rid of the side view, and I'd like to find an isometric so I can find out the thickness. So I'm looking at the thickness here. The thickness I'm going to say is 1/4 of the length. So now I'm going to come back to Fusion here, and let's see, the length goes about 6 inches. 1/4 of 6 is 1.5 inches. I want to maintain symmetry, so I'm going to extrude this one either side. I'm going to go out 0.75 inches. That'll be a total of, since it's going either side, it's going to go there. And then I want to check how much further out those tanks come. I'm going to say that's 1/4. These sides, I don't know what they're called. I'm going to say that's a 1/4 of the thickness, or 1/3 of the thickness. So this thickness is 1.5, so I want to come out a total of 2, which would be, so now I'm going to extrude. I'll have to turn that sketch back on. I'm going to extrude this a total of 2 both directions. 2. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to turn off my canvas, go to an isometric view, and whoa, that's way too far. Oh, I know why. I want to go 1 inch because it wants to go a total of 2. So that extrusion, which is 4 inches, if I do a distance of 1 either way, it'll now be there. Let's take a look at that. I think I want to do a little bit more. Just doesn't quite look right. I'm going to go, I can press or pull. I'm making a Chinook helicopter. I'm going to try 1.25. 1.25, and it goes up and down. Alright, so I'm roughing in. Now obviously this is, if we look at the helicopter, that is rounded. But I'll do that with fillets.
Then you need 3 rods basically, right?
Yep. I'll end up doing more than that, so I can understand I'll be able to fillet that in to round that over, which I'll pick up here in a second. Alright guys, I'm going to insert another canvas and see how I did. So remember that I put that canvas in there to start. Kind of model up that side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place another canvas in here, and so I'll go insert canvas and go from my computer. I'm going to go Chinook front and hit open, and then I'll place it on this one. I'm going to turn off my body here for a second. And then actually I would make this a bit bigger. Oops. And I don't see any sort of image coming in. Trying to create is not visible. Please toggle visibility in the browser. Oh man, okay. Oh. Alright. So I'm going to square this up. Alright, paying attention to how far I'm moving it. I want to get that midline right down the middle of it. So I'm going to try to 0.1. I think 0.15. I'm calling that centered. Alright, now turn the body on. Ooh, I need to make it smaller. I'm going to bring that in there. I didn't do too bad on the proportions. Alright, what do I need to do here? I want to make it the right height. So I want to make it the right height. Move it down. Okay, so that's got the right height. And now I clearly fouled my extrusions. I went way too far. So if I come up here and take a look, I am way too wide. I am short and wide. So getting the proportions right. The height proportions on my body, which is that shine going, those are okay. But I'm out, quite a bit. So I'm going to back off a bit on that. So I'm going to hit OK. And then go back and edit these. So I want that to come in a bit. Hit there, hit OK. Let's see now. Alright, I need to come in a little bit more because I want that to come into that subtle line. So I'm going to manipulate that again. And come into 5. Alright, so that's about the thickness. Now I got to bring these way in, about halfway in. Almost, yeah, about halfway in. So that would be this extrusion, and I'm going to bring that into there and hit OK. Alright, that is a much better. Now I'll be able to fillet that down. Notice I'm not quite centered on that. I'm not too terribly worried about that. I'm just using this to an approximate so now I'm going to manipulate this fillet here. I'm going to right click and fillet that. Alright, and I'm going to hit OK. That's at 0.35 inches. Let's take a look at how I did there. Ooh, look at that one, pretty good. That's about the curve. So 0.35 inches there. Going to come over here, right click, hit 0.35 inches. Just type 0.35 so it stays symmetrical. Don't want to foul that. And starting to get the general look. If I hide my canvases, it's making it look more and more. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around. I know this goes back at an angle there, and I'm going to go through and round these things over. At the end of the day, I'm willing to spend about 30 minutes or so trying to make this pretty. I'm then going to make a couple helicopter blades. I'll hook those up with bevel gears below the box. I'll have a rod going up, connected to a cam that pushes this up and down, so the Chinook will go up and down, and it'll have 2 spinning blades, which should be cool. So I'm going to do some modeling work now. I'm going to shave away parts, roll parts, and I'll return when I have that modeled to my how much I like it.